Hello, it is Miss Khan here, and it is Monday, the 11th of January 2021. Okay, so we will be doing some maths with Miss Khan today. So I want you to have a little think in your head, retrieve some old learning. What do you think a 2D shape is? What is a 2D shape? You might want to have a little chat with someone at home or at someone at school if you are in school. Now, a 2D shape, let's have a little look at that same sentence we looked at. 2D shape is a shape that is completely flat. So let's do it my turn. A 2D shape is a shape that is completely flat. Your turn. One more time, my turn. A 2D shape is a shape that is completely flat. Your turn. Now we'll be using this learning today to look at 2D shapes a little bit more. So I'm just going to put that back up. And we're going to look through our what, how and why. So our what today is to name 2D shapes, how to retrieving old learning. Now a lot of us might already know what some 2D shapes are, which is fantastic, but we're just going to consolidate that learning, okay? And why? So that we can identify the properties of 2D shape. Now that word properties, okay, means that what is special about that particular 2D shape, and we'll be looking at that today. So go up here and let's start looking at some of the 2D shapes for today. So I've got my mouse here and I've been looking at the shape triangles. So my turn, triangle, your turn. Fantastic. Now you can see two representations of a triangle. Having a little chat with someone next to you, are they the same or are they different? Hopefully you're saying they look a little bit different. Now, I know they're two different colours, one's green and one's blue, okay, and they look a little bit different, but the properties of the shape are still the same. That's why it is still a triangle. So both of these shapes, okay, have three sides. So one side, two, and three. If you look at this shape here, 1, 2, and 3. So they both have three sides, and let's see the corners. 1 corner, 2, and 3. Let's check the other one. 1, 2, and 3. So that is why these two shapes are triangles, because the properties of a triangle is that they all have three sides and they all have three corners, and that is what makes a triangle. Okay, let's look at the next shape. So I'm just going to move myself here. This shape is called a rectangle. My turn, rectangle, your turn. I could hear that all the way from here. Okay, now a rectangle, the properties of a rectangle, okay, what makes them special is that a rectangle has two short sides. So you can see one short side, another short side. You can see on this rectangle again, one short side and another short side here. And another feature, another property that a rectangle has is that it has two long sides. And you can see here, there's one long side here and another long side here and another long side here on this rectangle and another long side here as well. Now, you also, at a rectangle, instead of having three corners like a triangle, a rectangle has four corners. And let's have a triple check as well. One corner, 2, 3, 4, and this rectangle also has 1, 2, 3, 4. So the properties of a rectangle is that it has two short sides, two long sides, and four corners. Okay, really important to remember that. Now, the only difference between these two rectangles are its colour, and you could say the size, okay, but it still makes a rectangle because of those properties. Okay. Again, let's look at the other shapes we will be looking at. And I must say these two shapes are my favourite shapes. Don't know why, but they are. So, square, my turn. Square, your turn. Fantastic. So a square, they always have 4 equal sides. That means each of these sides, if we were to measure them, they would measure the same, okay? They have 4 equal sides, and you can see here 4 equal sides. And you can see that is the difference between a square and a rectangle, okay? That's the difference between those two. And in a square, they have 4 corners. So let's triple check. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the difference between these squares are the colour and the size. However, the properties are the same, so it still makes a square. Perfect. So the last shape we are looking at, okay, is a circle. My turn. Circle, your turn. Fantastic. Now a circle, okay, has one curved side, and I'm just going to show you with my mouse the curved side. So one curved side and one curved side on this circle, and they have no corners. Okay, they have no corners, so they just have one curved side. Okay, you might want to have paused the video now, and you might want to write, okay, the properties of each of these shapes now if you would like to. Perfect. So I'm going to move on to the next slide, and this is our discover. Okay, so you can see my friend here, she has gone on a shape hunt. So my question to you is, how many triangles did she find? How many triangles did she find? So if we remember what the properties of a triangle is and looking at the shapes she has found, how many triangles did she find? You might want to have a little chat with someone at home, or if you're in school, you might want to have a chat with someone in school. Perfect. So I'm just looking at her sheet now, and I'm going to look through all the shapes. So I can see, I know that's a circle because there's only one curved side here. And definitely that's not a triangle there. So I'm going to look at the shapes that I think are a triangle. Now this one looks like a triangle, okay? But I'm going to look at the properties of this shape here. So I know the properties of a triangle is, can you help me again? Properties of a triangle are, I can hear you. So there are 3 corners in a triangle and 3 sides. Let's see if this shape has that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that a triangle? And I'm hoping you are saying no straight away, because we all know how many corners a triangle has. 3. Let's triple check how many sides this shape has. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can even stop there because I already know a triangle has 3 sides. Well done. So that's definitely not a triangle. So I might even get my magic pen and say no, 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 no. Definitely not. That's only got one curved side. Definitely not that one. Definitely not that one. Definitely not that one, because that has 4 corners, and we already know that a triangle has 3 corners, sorry. and 3 sides. And let's triple check these ones. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that is definitely 1. Might tick it. Oh, these are looking good. 1, 2, 3 corners and 1, 2, 3 sides. Yep, and that one is 2. Well done for those children who found that out. Well done. So I'm just going to get rid of that. Perfecto. Okay, and now my question to you is, how many squares did she find? How many squares can you see on her shape hunt? Pause the video now so you can have a little look. Perfect. So we know the properties of a square is, who can remind me? The properties of a square are 4 corners, well done, 4 corners, and how many sides? 4 equal sides. So let's have a little look. We know definitely that is not 1, definitely not 1, definitely not 1, definitely not 1. Okay, now looking at this shape here, this has 4 sides, but does it have 4 equal sides? Looking at this shape, I'm thinking no. Okay, it has 2 long sides and 2 short sides, so that's definitely not a square. Okay, that's not a square, that's a rectangle to me. We know these ones are triangles. Let's look at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 corners, that's what a square has. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, and they are all equal sides. So that one's a square, the blue one's a square, and the green one is a square too. But the different colours, does that matter though? No. Are the different sizes though? Does it matter? No, because the properties are still the same. Okay, so let's go on to the next slide. Okay, so it says think together. You might want to think with the person next to you if you're in school, or with your mummies and daddies if you're at home, even your dog, no harm. So looking at this, okay, how many circles are there and how many rectangles are there? Have a little chat with someone next to you and please explain why you think that, using our explain it glasses. Why do you think there is this many circles? Why do you think there are this many rectangles? Have a little think. Perfect. So I'm going to look at the image here and I can see some shapes. So I can see this red shape here and I am going to look at how many circles. So I know a circle has how many sides? 1 curved side. And does it have any corners? No, it doesn't have any corners. So let's look at this one. Yep, that one has definitely 1 curved side. But this one, it looks like a circle, but is it 1 curved? Not really. It looks like a bit of a blob to me. So I'm not going to say that is a circle because you can see that dip there. So that is a no from me. Is this one got a circle? Yep, 1 curved side. Now they look different, but do they have the same properties? Yes, they do. So it is still a circle. So there are 2 circles. There are 2 circles. Okay, the next question I gave you was, how many rectangles are there? Now again, I said that some people might get confused with a square and a rectangle, but the properties are different. So let's look at this shape here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 corners. This looks promising. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 sides. So I'm sure this is a rectangle. I can hear a lot of shouting happening. I think I might be wrong. Why do you think I might be wrong? Ah, I can hear someone. Now someone is telling me this is wrong because, so they're using explaining to me, this is wrong because they are Yes, there are four corners, but the sides are all equal. Well done for that person shouting at me. Okay, this one's a square, this one's a square. So let's look again. Rectangle has four corners, two long sides and two short sides. Well done. So 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. That's one check. Perfect. 1, 2 short sides. Perfect. That's another check. 1, 2 long sides. Perfect. So that is a rectangle. How many rectangles are there? There is just that one rectangle. Perfecto. So my last slide and my job for you is okay. Now, mummies and daddies, these sheets will be posted on Class Dojo, on the Class Story Dojo, but please don't worry if you cannot print these, because the book that we provided for you in the on that Monday after school, if you're able just to draw the shape so that children can just write down the properties. So this shape, this sheet here, okay, you can see that there are the names of the shapes. I would like you, okay, to match the right name to the shape. So I know I'm looking at this one, it says a rectangle, okay. I need your help to find the shape that is a rectangle here, and there might be more than one rectangle, okay. So I'm going to go, I think this one is, so I'm drawing a line, and I am drawing a line here too, okay. The next question, it says on one of the sheets, it says circle the odd one out. Now I'm looking at all these shapes. I know this one's a square, this one's a square, this one's a square. Ooh, that one is a rectangle, I think. So I'm going to circle that one. That one's the odd one out. On the next sheet here, okay, this is where mummies and daddies, please, if you don't mind having a little help, is that can you draw, and if you can print the sheets even better, can you name and label the 2D shapes? I'm just looking at this shape here. Okay, you can use this screen to help you as well. Now, how many sides does this shape have? I'm just counting it. 1, 2, 3, 3 sides. So I'm just going to write the number 3 here. And how many corners? 1, 2, 3. 3 corners. So if it has 3 corners and 3 sides, that tells me this shape is a triangle. Well done. So I would write triangle here. Okay. Perfecto. So for today, I'm just going to leave you there. I would love to see this work on Evidence Me, please. Please post on Evidence Me. If you're having any problems with Evidence Me, look back on Miss Ryan's message on Friday. There's a little bit of a guide how you mummies and daddies can be using Evidence Me. Okay, and I love, me and the year 1 team would love to see your amazing work. So hopefully I will see you tomorrow for maths, and I am waiting to see some amazing work. See you later, guys. Bye.